Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki spiritual healer. And there are some issues that I wanted to discuss with you. And the first thing that I'm going to tell you is that if I did not have the knowledge of both books, the Holy Quran and the Holy Bible, if I had not been raised in a home with the Holy Bible, using and making the remedies that my mother and my aunts, my mother's sisters explained to me, then I would not have survived that house that I was in. If I did not have God in my life, if I wasn't well versed and had the knowledge that I had, then I would have perished in that house. Because when I got the air quality test done after 5 years of being in the house, after one of the patients that I had, that I was taking care of at the time, after she perished in the house after a year of being there, and then we started getting sick in the house. So I had this air quality test done. But all the time while I was getting this done, I was washing the walls. I was washing the walls with lye. I was washing the floors with lye. I was washing the walls with potash. I was washing the ceiling with potash. I was throwing potash on, all around it, and scrubbing it down. I was paying people to come in. My handmaidens, my people that was working with me at the time, I was paying them to come and wash this house down and praying over this house. Because when by the time the air quality test was done on the house after 5 years, and I just say, it's something wrong with this house. It's something wrong with this land. By the time that black mold was found in this house, in the walls that had been covered up, in the basement, that it had went all the way to the second floor, to the roof. You couldn't see it. You couldn't see it. Because the owners had absolutely plastered over the areas, and put, towel and things up over the areas where the black mold could have been seen. So, I had to get that air quality test done. And by the time we entered into litigation, and this is why we have to hold these people accountable for their behavior. By the time we entered into litigation, they only wanted to give me $17,000. And I rejected that. But, once I started to clean the land and the house that belonged to them, then their negative had to go back to where it came from. And so this is the absolute topic of today. See, this is why that they had to have you living a lie. This is why they had to mix the truth with lies. This is why they only want you to read one book. Because if you use what's in the book, if you put it together to cleanse yourself, to cleanse your environment from negative energy, and push it back out to where it came from, you will absolutely devastate them. You will devastate them. You will devastate their ego. You will devastate their environment. You will devastate their children and lineages, and their lineage to come. If you use the cleanser, the natural cleansers, the potash, that my grandmother used to use, that she used to have us washing floors with, to cleanse yourself and your environment, if you use the sulfur or the brimstone, if you use these natural herbs to cleanse yourself and these elements together to cleanse yourself, to cleanse your environment, it will absolutely devastate them for what they've sent to you. It will devastate them because they have rejected faith. You have been oppressed. You have been manipulated. And once you clean out your heart and your mind and your body, just like I had to do with this house, because for 5 years, I didn't know what happened, what was going on. I was going up the steps and fell down and dislocated my shoulder, my rotor cuff. When you have to cleanse yourself and you have the knowledge to cleanse yourself, it absolutely devastates them. See, not only did it devastate the owners of that house, that they started to perish, and the people who were jealous of me, who was throwing things in my yard and all of this stuff, putting fish on my front porch, saying I sleep with the fishes, but I just throw that on somewhere and it set the house behind me on fire. We know how to get rid of that. See, but when you start, attacking and cleansing yourself and your environment, this is what they don't want you to do. This is why they had to lie to you and mix truth with lies in your book. This is why they don't want you to read any other books. This is why they don't want you to read any other books that God has put the truth in there for you to heal yourself and your situation. I was absolutely going to different doctors at the time, and they were lying. They were a part of the system. You will encounter that. You will not only be rejected in a court with these people, you will be rejected in the healthcare system, and they'll know what you're explaining, what's happening. You can't breathe. You passed out because it's something in your house. They'll know what you're saying. But they are part of the system. They're not going to go against their good white people for you. They're going to let your health continue to decline. They will know what it is that you are absolutely, you fell down and you dislocated your shoulder, your rotor cuff messed up. You fell down some steps. They will try to do surgery on you without any anesthesia if you're black. It certainly happened to me. And so we have to hold these people accountable, let alone they will not give you any painkillers because they feel like black people doesn't hurt like white people do. They have a different level of pain threshold than white people do. So again, you have to hold these people accountable. And, saying, although, I had to reject $17,000 because that's my whole family. That's my life. I fell down the steps, and these people talking about they knew, and the neighbors talking about nobody has been able to stay in that house. These people, you have to hold them accountable. And sometimes it means withdrawing whatever they're offering you. What is $17,000 going to do for my family or me passing out in the house and falling down? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sometimes you have to go through what God has given you to seek justice against these people. And that's what they do not want. That's why they have lied to you and mixed truth, with falsehood in your book. So you cannot use what God has given you against them. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.